All right. We're back with another stream tonight. How we all doing? More Fate, baby. I hope we punch out Shinji even more in this. I really like that. I got my blood pumping last time. But I'm getting ahead of myself. How we all doing? I again am hoping you are having a good day, a good night, wherever it is for you guys. So far, the week has been solid. Knock on wood from me. And I hope it persists throughout the entire week. Today, obviously, we are back with some more Fate. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing Yakuza, as always. Wednesday is not going to have a stream. Thursday, JoJo's at its correct time. I'm at least hoping nothing will come up. And when One Piece comes out, we will have One Piece this week. Then we're finishing off Dandan Season 1. So if you've been enjoying those, come to your stream. It's going to be Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be good. We're going to finish off Season 1. And then I think next week we'll get into Season 2. And then Sunday, yet again, more Ichi the Witch and JJK. Again, we're working on a schedule. Like, my artist that I've commissioned is just taking a while, which I'm like, okay. Okay. Alrighty. If you say so. I'm working on a schedule so that way you guys can actually have a visual aid on the channel, which you should be subscribing to, and on my Twitter, which also you can go check out. I make some announcements there and also some posts. I like to think they're funny, but, you know, that's just me. But yeah, we're working on a schedule right now to have for a lot more easy-going scheduling on my behalf, but mainly for you guys, so you guys are aware what day, what time, and, you know, all that. It's getting there. It's just a slow process. That's all. But outside of that, we have other stuff in the work as well. Again, I'm working on editing stuff. I'm going to get those JJK reactions and Ichi the Witch reactions up soon. That way we can add to our playlist and other stuff in the future as well. So we're slowly getting into potential video content. It's a ways away still, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But outside of that, in the future, we're going to be getting more gaming stuff. Whatever comes first, whether it's Yakuza that ends first, probably, versus tonight for Fate. Whatever ends first, after, we're just going to speed blitz the other. And then going forward, we're going to have a lot more variety and, like, just minimize, like, a game that I'm going to be playing steadily all the way through to, like, really one day, one night of the week. That way it's a little bit more interesting. A little bit more variety for our channel. But okay. Gossiped enough. Let's go. Music. Silence. Again, I'm only going to use Fate music because Fate Stay Night OST music, because the last couple of times have been smiting me. I'm like, all right, I got it. Can't use anything else but the OST. Learn my lesson, YouTube. Anyways, before we get in, make sure you hydrate. All right. So last time we left off, we were going through the school scenario again. We got to fight Shinji, which was great, cathartic, deserved. Fought against Ryder. Saber being awesome in this one. I'm like, yeah, very good. Shiro actually doing a little bit more offbeat characterization. Like, I'm going to kill you, man. I do not care. I will do it right here, right now. I'm like, damn, Shiro, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Shiro. You actually are clean. Where is it? Hold on. Gotta find it. Ah, it's over here. Yeah, so we left off after that. So we're going to see the actions and consequences of us fighting Shinji this way. And also, Ryder is still alive. She's still alive. So again, I'm pretty sure we're on the Fate route. I'm curious on where that's going to lead to. I have no idea now. We still haven't got introduced to Castor yet. I imagine they're still in this route. They're not just like an unlimited blade work in Heaven's Field exclusive, I imagine. We still gotta get to Gilgamesh because of course, he's gonna show up. It's Gilgamesh, and yet again, Shinji's gonna do something, and probably Kotomini as well. So I'm expecting some beats to be the same in this route compared to the other two, but nonetheless, I am unaware of where this is gonna go, and that's good. That's what I want. Actually, hold on. Let's do continue. Let's see where continue leads me. I'm curious. If not, I'll just load in. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good. Good. I just want to make sure that it load me in right. So, yeah, we were having a dream. So, I think we're going to get... Because this is the Fate route, a.k.a. Saber's route, we've been getting more dream orientations led to her and her story. So, hopefully, we're going to get some juicy lore that wasn't in the other stuff about Saber and who they are. My body, injured as it is, demands long, deep sleep. Oh, I feel that, but not tonight. Not tonight. We're going to be going for a little bit. But my mind is still stuck replaying all that happened today and won't let me rest peacefully. My body still not fully healed is burning. My mind plagued with guilt. About what? I think I'm crying out in my sleep. As I sleep, my dream drags on. Okay. How many victims were there? Of course. I mean, to be fair, this is a legit, like, terrifying scenario. Like, we were the only ones from preventing impending slaughtering of people. But for Shiro, that's, like, magnified to a 10. Tosuka said there was no deaths, but that might just be the official story. No way does someone come out unscathed after having their life force ripped away. Oh yeah, there's going to be psychological, emotional damage to them. Is there actually going to be physical damage, though? I don't know. You're just going to have to believe Kotomine and I guess the church and everyone else who runs this is going to have to take care of these people. They could suffer any number of long-term physical problems in years to come, or even brain damage from a lack of oxygen. Could be. Kind of like what happened in JJK during the Shibuya arc, where Gojo unleashed his domain for like a millisecond, and it's like, yeah, they're going to have to go to the hospital. Some students even had severe skin damage. Ooh. So yeah, they lived. They definitely lived, but are there still drawbacks to this? Yeah. Even if they heal, they'll likely have scars for the rest of their lives. Goddamn. Flashing red. My body hurts. I nearly died today. No. I did die today. A convulsion rocks my whole body. Bad luck for everyone who got sucked into this today. But you did well, Shiro. You did stop a catastrophe. You did it by taking a wound that would normally kill you. Training has been paying off. There's nothing to feel guilty about. The pain tries to tell me just to go to sleep. No. I can't make excuses for myself. It doesn't matter if it was a disaster, and I just happened to be there, but I couldn't do anything. They're saying I saved lives. But I didn't save anyone. Not one person. You did. You summoned Saber, who, by your behest, saved people. If only this had been a mistake. If only it didn't had to have happened. Then my mind wouldn't be at peace. And I could be sleeping. I'm just pissed off. It's absurd. My heart is complaining like this when my body's already so weak. There won't be a miracle like that. Just wishing for a do-over because things didn't go well or were so terrible. They should have never happened. It's all pathetic. I mean, in the Unlimited Blade work route, it still happens, but I think it's a lot quicker of a result. So I guess he's saying, like, yo, if only I was in the other route. But not this time, Shiro. You still came out like a champ, but nonetheless. You can't take back what's already done. You can't, but I can. Yes, sir. Hell yeah. Saving. It's not possible. And shouldn't be attempted anyway. Yo, game, are you calling me out for, like, save scumming? Because I take offense to that. I will save and redo until I get the results I want. So I can just pretend all that didn't happen. There's only one thing I can do. To make sure I do everything I possibly can to prevent anything like that from ever happening again. It's called Don't Believe Goddamn Shinji. That's like your first mistake. You gave Shinji too much leeway. That's enough sleep. I can worry about my body later. If I can move, I should wake up and hit the ground running. He's going to do his resume right now after all that. Yo, dedication. That's at least one thing I do like about Shiro. He knows how to dedicate his time and energy. If my goal is to make sure no one is hurt, I'll need to push myself to the verge of death. Oh, God. Flashbangs. I open my eyes. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with air. The frigid winter air dispels the drowsiness almost instantly. I realize it's just past 6 in the morning. Habits really are extraordinary things. My body must have at least partly recovered, since I'm waking up at my usual time. True. I stand up and fold up my futon blanket. The instant I undertake even such a mundane task, that's me after I hit the weights too hard, man. It's like, oh, damn. Oh, why is lifting up my blanket so incredibly hard today? Intense pain spikes through my left shoulder. It's only pain, though. This is far better than what I felt when Berserker tore out my stomach the other day. When that happened, my insides felt like they were slush. The nausea was far more intense than the pain. I headed out to the hallway. The sunlight is muted by the gloom outside. It's cloudy. Looks like it's going to rain. Yes. Yeah, Saber's not typically up so long before breakfast. Oh, she has priorities. I would say after all that, I'm surprised you don't need to conserve more, though. She took offense, like, are you saying that I'm some sort of lazy bones? I don't like that. I was more asking if it was okay for you to be awake so early. Saber sounds crabby. Maybe it's my imagination. Saber doesn't seem quite as reserved as usual. You guys bonded, man. You bonded.
セイバーが頻繁に眠らなくちゃいけないのは俺のせいだ。だから今朝もできる限り眠っていないといけないんじゃないのか。
当然です。ですが、それはあくまで待機状態に過ぎません。私が眠っていたのは緊急時に備えてのもの。今の状態で眠るのは道理にかなわないではないですか。
Well, how dutiful of you, Saber.
道理にかなわないってなんで？別に今は誰とも戦ってないし、襲われてもいないぞ。
Again, Shiro, it's amazing sometimes your logic. It's like you're in a situation where it can happen at any time. You're only thinking like, oh, in this moment it seems fine, but that's the thing, the moment.
いえ、ですからそれは。
But still, though, of course, she wants to protect her master. Saber is stumbling over her own words. It seems like there's something she doesn't want to say.
いいけど、今は緊急ってわけじゃないんだし、出かけるまで眠っていた方がいい。朝飯ができたら呼びに行くから、それまで力を温存しといてくれ。今日一日、セイバーの力を借りることになるんだから。
Again, he's a lot more foregoing than saying, you know, hey, it's time. We're going to be doing a lot more. He's learned. I head to the kitchen.
待ってください、シロ。
なんだよ、セイバー。他に何か。
あなたは今何をすると言いましたか？
I hold my breath, barely realizing I'm doing it. Saber asked me something, but her eyes are preventing me from giving an answer.
そもそもあなたは安静にしなければいけない体でしょう。朝食の支度など凛がします。シロが優先すべきことは部屋で休み、体を癒すことです。それが分かっていないとは言わせません。
Saber, at the end of the day, knows that to become stronger, you need rest. There is a balance between pushing yourself beyond a depleted state, and then there's like, no, you just need to stop. You gotta actually let yourself rest and recover. Saber's being so stern because she's genuinely concerned about me.
部屋に戻ってください、シロ。眠りが必要なのは私ではなくあなたの方です。
Yeah. Saber sees through me and glares at me all the more intensely. But still, I still can't let Shinji English. But still, I can't let Shinji let loose. That's a weird way of saying this.
いや、部屋には戻らない。もう十分休んだし、やらなくちゃいけないことがあるだろう。準備ができたら街に出よう、セイバー。
Man,
今日中にシンジを捕まえるんだ。
we're gonna go hunt Shinji? We're gonna go hunt down Shinji? I mean, that is productive and warranted. It's just, damn, man. It's kind of crazy.
今日中にライダーのマスターを捕らえる理由などありません。戦うのなら、シロの傷が癒えてからにするべきです。それからでも遅くはないでしょう。
Yeah, you're just gonna be more vulnerable. I agree with her in this case. It's fine to get up and do stuff in your house to get yourself more mobile and feel like you're getting your groove back. Then there's, oh, I'm not 100%. Let's go take on the fucking enemy now after we just battled them. That's a different story, man.
それは違う、セイバー。順番で言うなら、俺の体なんて後回しだ。
It's selfless, but at the same time, it is kind of stupid.
そんな暇はないんだ。シンジのやつが何をするかは、お前だってわかるだろう。またあんな結界を張られる前に、あいつからライダーを切り離す。
Well, he said
がいなくなれば、シンジは何もできないはずだ。
he said that he can't easily make that again. So I would say, be
昨日の
careful.
ような犠牲者を出したくないというのですか？ライダーのマスターを倒すのではなく、ただそれだけのために戦うと。
Saving lives.
そんなことはない。シンジには責任を取らせる。そのためには、ライダーを倒さなくちゃいけないだけだ。
I mean, that's all a valid statement, and I'm sure you believe that, but let's not squabble around the truth, though. Oh, I forgot I could do that.
それに犠牲者を出さないために行動するなんていうのは当たり前だろ。
There you go.
そんなこと戦う理由以前の問題だ。
そうですか。マスターがそう言うのなら、私は従うだけですが。
Really? She says, all right, if that's so, let it be. Okay. All right. I think this is a little foolhardy,
シン
but
ジを探す？別に文句はないけど、ちゃんと勝ち目があって言ってるんでしょうね、シロ。
maybe. Though I feel like Saber can definitely handle Ryder if they don't do that fucking crazy eye shit. However, you never know with Shinji. He's a slippery weasel. It's after breakfast. That Tosca immediate response is when I said we can't just let Shinji remain on the run.
勝ち目ってシンジに対してか。
そうよ。前もって言っとくけど、賞賛もないくせに他のマスターに手を出す気だった。なんて言ったら笑うわよ。
Mm.
ああ。
Gotta have a plan, man. Ah, crap. Now that she mentioned it, I really only thought about stopping Shinji. I haven't given much thoughts to the details. Yeah, that seems to be a continuing flaw of you.
ちょっと、エミヤくん、本気？
すまん。笑ってくれ。
うわ、悪いけど笑えないわ、今の冗談。
Your action makes it clear. It's just how stupid I'm being. I want to curl up in a little ball and hide.
セイバー、あんたのマスターはこんなんだけど、あなた自身はどうなの？ライダーと
she
戦う
does.
ことに異論はないわけ？
But she supports Shiro, no matter what.
ライダーと戦うだけならば問題はありません。彼女の能力は確認済みです。
Hmm.
それはシロ本人も分かっていると思います。何しろライダーと直接対峙したのですから。
Mm-hmm.
ああ、そうだっけ。なら、シローにもライダーがどの程度かは分かっているんだ。
Tosca looks my way, her eye curious. She obviously wants to know more about how strong Ryder is. True, I do have something of an assessment. Maybe it's because I formed a contract with a servant, or maybe it's the power of my command spells. She may not be my servant, but I have some understandings of her abilities since I've seen her fight. Ryder was not especially a strong
ライダーは
servant.
セイバーほど強くない。1対1の戦いならまず負けはしないと思う。
そうなんだ。なら、ちゃんと賞賛はあるんじゃない。シンジは魔術師じゃないから、ライダーはマスターからの支援を受けられない。必然的にセイバーとライダーの一騎打ちになるものね。
Hmm. That would be the idea. Tosca's right. As long as Shinji's a master, Ryder has to fight on her own. Saber shouldn't be at a disadvantage. But
何よ、気の乗らない顔して。何か問題でもあるっていうの？
civilians, obviously.
いいか、トサカ。それだけ戦力的に上回ったセイバーに追い詰められていたのに、ライダーはシンジを連れて逃げ延びたんだ。
Hmm.
あれはライダーの宝具だったと思うんだが。
The aura of light that tore through the hallway. If Saber hadn't shoved me to the ground, that wave of destruction would have completely annihilated me. If that was Ryder's ace in the hole, we shouldn't take her lightly, even if she's weaker.
つまり、ライダーはライダー本人より所有する宝具の方が優れてるタイプってわけね。
It's her comeback maneuver.
で、セイバー、シローはともかく、あなたならライダーの宝具が何であるか分かったんじゃない？目の前で使われたんだから、見当ぐらいはついてるんでしょ？
面目ありません。シロを守ることに精一杯で、私もあれが何であるか確認することはできなかった。
No eye contact, but in this case, that might actually be a okay thing.
そんなことに気を割いていたら、私もシロもあの一撃に巻き込まれていたでしょ
巻き込まれたって。何？ライダーの宝具って飛び道具なの？
It's more like a fucking wave that, like, persists.
それに近いものでした。分類的にはリンの使う魔術に近い。あれは私の剣やランサーの槍のような対人宝具ではないのでしょう。
Mm-hmm.
私の魔術に近いって、それこそ変よ。
Just magnified.
セイバーの対魔術は神業じゃない。現代の魔術じゃまずあなたに傷を負わせることはできない。そのあなたがかわさなくちゃいけない。
You answered your own question there. Modern magecraft. Modern. She's a
はい。
hero,
神秘の
quote.
より強い神秘の前に無効化される。
Mystics would have been nullified, even stronger mystics, right? They use mystics and magecraft as similar terms for each other. And again, that's part of the lore that I'm like, it's so confusing sometimes.
私の鎧を通ることができる神秘は、あなたたちの言う魔法か、神域に住む幻想
True
者たちです。
magic. True magic or phantasmals of the divine realm. Again, more lore, more. That's what fate does, man. We pile on.
魔法使い。ライダーは魔術師だっていうの？セイバー。
In a way, she might have been. Or she was at one point someone of a true magician tier.
いいえ、それほどの魔力は感じませんでした。彼女はライダーです。魔法使いがいるとすれば、それはキャスターだけでしょう。
Mm-hmm.
ライダーの宝具はおそらく別のものだと思います。
Saber answers, gets a sigh of relief from Tosaka. I don't quite get what's going on, though.
セイバー、お前の鎧っていうのはそんなに硬いものなのか？魔法でなければ通らないなんて言うけど、それならランサーのゲイボルクは魔法ってことになるが。
It's equivalent to true magic. I don't know if it is specifically true magic, though.
ええ、確かにランサーのゲイボルク
Yeah,
は
it's a
魔法
curse.
に近い呪いですが。
Yep.
リン、シローに説明してあげてくれますか？
I mean, she could also have a curse, too, on how that works.
私？まあいいけど。要するにシローは、セイバーは魔法じゃないと傷つかないと勘違いしているわけね。
Mm-hmm.
あ、いや、別にそういうわけじゃないけど。
Here come some terms. Here we
そんな
go.
頑丈な鎧ならすごいなって思っただけだ。
そりゃすごいわよ。セイバーに限らず、サーバントってのはみんな英霊なのよ。霊体ってこともあるけど、まっとうな手段じゃ傷一つつけられない。サーバントはそれ自体が神秘だから。
They're spirits, so they can't be harmed by ordinary means, since servants themselves are mystics. Right. They are
物理的な手段で
constructs.
サーバントを傷つけられるのは、同じ英霊であるサーバントだけ。逆に言えば、サーバント同士なら、ただのペーパーナイフでもセイバーを傷つけることはできる。
On the flip side, so long as we're dealing with a servant, they could wound Saber even if they grab something like a paper cutter.
相手がサーバントなら、セイバーの鎧もそう鉄壁ってわけじゃないってことか。
But she has attributes that make it a lot harder.
そうね。けど、セイバー自身、接近戦の技量が優れているから、
Mm-hmm.
白兵戦では、まずセイバーに傷は負わせられない。
Well, I mean, we saw that a couple times, so maybe not exactly, but
残
sure.
った手段は、遠距離からの攻撃、魔術っていう飛び道具になるわけだけど、セイバーは騎士のくせにとんでもない対魔力を持ってるから、大抵の魔術は弾かれてしまうのよ。
Mm-hmm. Yep.
バッドラックに代表される呪いなんてまず届かないし、魔力を矢として放つ直接干渉も効かない。
Curses, the epithet of bad luck, can't touch her, while more direct intervention, like firing magical energy at her like an arrow, also won't work.
セイバーを倒したかったら、真正面からの切り合いで彼女を任さなくちゃダメってわけ。
Okay. Saber listens silently to Tosca's explanation. Saber never interrupts her, probably because everything Tosca says is true. But we also know that's not 100% of the time. She does have false statements that she's unaware of.
なんだよ、そんなのインチキだ。
What the hell? That's like cheating.
剣技でかなわないから魔術で勝負するっていうのに、魔術そのものがセイバーに効かないならどうしろって言うんだ。
It's not useless. It's just less than likely to do much of anything. But if you have enough magecraft, then even if it won't finish her off, it's gonna do a lot of damage.
不公平だぞ、その話。
That sounds unfair.
そうね。で
Mhm.
もそのセイバーだって白兵戦で絶対に負けないというわけでもないでしょ。バーサーカーは力だけならセイバーを上回ってるし、ランサーだって白兵戦において必殺の槍を持ってる。今話してるライダーだってセイバーを出し抜くほどの宝具を持ってたんだから、セイバーも完璧ってわけじゃないわ。私たちだってセイバーを倒す方法はあるもの。単にセイバーの耐え魔力を上回る魔術を持ってくるか、サーバントが使っている武器を借りて、
So
寝てい
we're
る間に首を切るとか。サーバントの武器ならサーバント自身と同じ霊格なんだから、傷をつけることは可能なはずよ。
we're redefining the limits. It's not that Saber nullifies. I'm sorry. It's not that Saber negates all magic. She just nullifies. So if you go over that nullification limit, you can do something to her. You just need a lot. You just need a lot. We just need to use Magecraft that exceeds Saber's magic resistance. She has resistance, not I'm sorry. She has resistance, not complete nullification on some All Might shit. So if you go beyond the limits of the resistance, you can do something there. But again, that's like requiring a crap ton of magic. Or borrow a weapon wielded by a servant to cut her head off while she's sleeping. Servants' weapons are spiritual too, so they would be able to hurt her. It's an alarming example, but I do get it. Wait, why are you pouting? Why are you pouting in the corner? It's an alarming example, but I do get it. Wait, hold on. Tuska, we probably shouldn't be talking about things like this in front of Saber.
そうなんだ。じゃあ、ライダーの宝具が特別優れてるってわけじゃなくて、サーバントの攻撃だからセイバーも守りに徹したってことなのか。
わけないでしょ。セイバーが守りに徹するのなら、ライダー自身じゃ何をしたって追い詰めることなんて不可能よ。ライダー本人がそう優れた英霊じゃないのなら、彼女が宝具を使ったところでたかが知れているし。そうでしょ、セイバー。ライダーの宝具はライダー自身の能力とは関係のない武器なのよね。
It's unrelated.
おそらくライダーの技や魔力に頼らない自動的な武装、宝具そのものに効果があるものだと思います。
An autonomous weapon that does not rely on Ryder's skills, and that it has an effect on the noble phantasm itself.
魔術か幻想種か。
It's either magecraft or a phantasmal, right? There's a difference of phantasmal, which is a, like divine level stuff, I guess.
どちらにせよ、あの魔法陣から放たれたものは圧倒的でした。直撃を受けた場合、生き延びられるサーバントなどいないでしょう。
そうなの？数値的にどれくらい？
あなたたち風に言うのなら A プラスといったところでしょうか。私個人の推測に過ぎないので断定はできませんが。
A プラス？何それ？魔法一歩手前じゃない。
So again, it's somewhere akin to true magic, but not fully. It still has abilities though to hurt her.
よく学校が吹っ飛ばなかったってもんだわ。
単純に破壊するだけの宝具というわけではないのでしょう。もともとは他の用途がある宝具なのではないでしょうか。
They're using their heads.
そう。だとしても厄介ね。セイバーの話じゃ A 判定どころじゃないし、瞬間的な攻撃力ならサーバント中最高ってことになるのかしら。
Cap, but whatever.
まあ確かに攻守ともに優れた宝具のようでしたが、それより私の宝具。
There you go. Yo, Saber's becoming more of a character. She's like, but my noble phantasm. Oh, we'll get to you, Saber. Oh, we'll get to you. I'm sure. Saber's face is indecipherable. Is it, though? I feel like you can kind of guess what she's thinking. I don't know what just happened. Saber doesn't look amused.
遠坂の意見、なんか引っかかるところでもあるのか。
あ、いえ、別にそういうわけではないというか、ええ、本当はどちらが強いかなど追求するのは騎士にあるまじき行いというか。
She's acting strange. Saber seems embarrassed by her own actions and starts to mutter underneath her breath.
それよりさ、さっき妙なことを言ってなかったか。セイバーとランサーのは対人宝具とかなんとか。
Oh, yeah, right. Going back to that again.
いえ、言葉通りの意味ですが、私の風王結界やランサーのゲイボルクはあくまで人を倒すための武装です。いかに強力な魔力、呪いを帯びていたところで、その用途は対人の域を出るものではありません。
Right. Excuse me. No matter how powerful the magical energy or curse it may possess, it cannot be used against something else. Well, I guess that makes sense. Saber's invisible sword is definitely useful in battle, but that's only effective against people. If you chopped firewood with Saber's sword, whether you can see the blade or not, it isn't going to affect how quickly you can chop the wood. It's the same with Lancer's Gaybold. Even a cursed spear that always strikes the heart is just a sharp spear if you use it against a boulder or a house. But I feel like, at least in the anime, they give it like extra flair though. I see. So that's why it's called an anti-personal Noble Phantasm. Again, giving us a rerun of that lore. Right. Which means Ryder's Noble Phantasm is...
大軍宝具ってことになるわね。そういえば父さんに聞いたことがあったわ。宝具には対人に優れたもの、大軍に優れたものがあるって。
I think there's another one after that.
簡単に言って、対人宝具は弾数制限のない拳銃で、大軍宝具ってのは一発限りのミサイルってことね。
But an anti-army Noble Phantasm is like a missile you can only launch once.
ライダーの宝具は強力だけど、その分使用にかなりの制限があるんじゃないかしら。少なくとも、セイバーの剣みたいにいつも見えないなんて永続的な宝具じゃない。
I feel like, though, with the actual Noble Phantasm that Saber has, I feel like she has a balance between anti-army and anti-personal. Hold on a minute. A gun versus a missile? That is no contest. Sure, Saber's invisible sword is awesome. But if she goes up against a ridiculous Noble Phantasm like that, she'll only be dead before she can even swing her sword. Well, yeah, I mean, that was a given anyway.
でしょうね。宝具の打ち合いになったら勝ち目はない。ライダーとシンジを探すって言うんなら、それだけは頭に入れておきなさい。大前提として、ライダーが宝具を使う前に倒すこと。戦いを長引かせれば長引かせるだけ、こっちが不利になるから。
So find them and quickly get rid of them.
もしくは、私が戦っている間にライダーのマスターを倒せばいい。
Yeah, that's true.
あのマスターに戦闘手段はないのだから、そちらの方が確実かもしれません。
If you can get Shinji flustered, which you easily can, you can probably distract him long enough to finish him off. So that's what we gotta come up with. Since we have no strategy to deal with Ryder's Noble Phantasm, we just need to defeat Ryder before she uses it. Whatever this Noble Phantasm is that other servants have, we still don't want to know how to deal with Ryder.
俺たちは真珠を探しに行くけど、遠坂はどうする？留守番していてくれるか？
そうね。 あなたたちがそう言うなら、私たちもシンジを探してもいいんだけど。まあ、やめとくわ。敵はライダーだけじゃないし、私たちはもともとバーサーカーを倒すために手を組んだんだしね。
Yeah, that's the long haul, though.
シローがシンジを追っている間、私は私でやることがあるから。
Tosuka stands up with a frosty
それじゃあね、
smile.
いい結果を期待しているわ。
All right, we're going on the hunt. We're going on the hunt for Shinji. Saber and I head out together, leaving Tosuka at home. It's 7:30 in the morning. The hilly road is extremely quiet. The road is usually packed with students going to school, but there aren't that many people around today. I mean, isn't your school closed? Yeah, there exactly. Your school should be
死
closed.
者が出なかったとはいえ、大半の生徒は未だ立ち上がれる体ではないということですか。
Mm-hmm.
重度の栄養失調みたいなもんだからな。まともに動けるようになるまで何日かはかかるだろう。
On the surface, though, you remember you had the whole thing about the skin irritation and whatnot. But those are the lucky ones. There are still some with injuries that will last a lifetime.
タイガも病院に運ばれたと聞きます。見舞いに行かずともいいのですか、シロ。
Best girl, man. No. We're killing him. We're killing him on the spot.
ああ、藤姉のはただの疲労だと。心配しなくてもいいから真面目に家で勉強してろとさ。
Oh, what a diligent teacher she is. Before he left, I phoned the Fujimura house and asked how Fujine was doing. I want to go visit, but I need to hold off for now. We're gonna see Best Girl again, baby. We're gonna avenge her.
では探索に専念するのですね。それはいいのですが、シロに当てはあるのですか。私はサーバントの気配を読み取れますが、それも近づかなければわかりません。何か手がかりがなければ、探し出すのは難しいのではないでしょうか。
ああ、確かにシンジが何もせずに隠れていた場合、探し出すのは難しいだろう。けど、
Yep.
あいつの性格から言って、
Excuse
昨
me.
日の今日でおとなしくしているとは思えない。
Shinji's not the type to just sit back and take a breathing.
では、ライダーのマスターは再び結界を張ろうとすると。
Well, remember, she said she couldn't do too many of those, so I will take that for an advantage.
間違いなくな。俺と同じで、あいつはサーバントに魔力を提供できない。俺たちに復讐しようとするなら、まず魔力を貯めないといけないだろう。
Mm. Oh, yeah, he is petty as fuck. He is. He will absolutely try to do something. But Bounded Field, I don't know if she would be able to do that in time
なら、
to do
見つ
something.
け出すのはそう難しくはないんじゃないか。
ライダーのマスターを探すのではなく、結界を探すのですね。
That and or just where would Shinji be likely to set something up like that?
ああ、マスターの感知はできなくても、あれだけの結界なら近づけばわかる。それに、場所も特定できるだろう。大きな建物で、人がたくさん集まるところを当たっていけばいい。
Isn't there like a mall around here?
やりますね、シロ。
俺だって考えなしってわけじゃないぞ。探し出せる自信がなかったら、こんなことは言い出さないよ。
Okay, alright. Yeah, I'm confident, alright. That bounded field is one thing, but there's a point to us walking around like this, too. Shinji probably can't leave me alone anymore now that I can't leave him alone. His house. I head to Shinji's house, just in case. I have Saber check for Ryder's presence. She finds nothing. While Shinji's not the sort to roll over and hide in his house after what's happened,
行こう。シンジが結界を張るとしたら、こっちの町じゃなくて、シントの方だ。オフィス街のビルを総当たりしていこう。
I call Saber over to turn to leave the Mato
どう
house.
のですか、シロ。ここはさくらの家なのでしょ。
It is indeed.
立ち寄ったのですから、声をかけては。それぐらいは余裕があると思いますが。
Do we want to say hello to Sakura? I think that could be okay. It shouldn't activate anything. I am indeed worried about Sakura. According to Tosuka, Sakura was just weakened, and luckily wasn't injured beyond that point. If it were up to me, I like to see her and take care of her the way she's always taken care of me. But...
やめておく。この戦いが終わるまでは、さくらと会って戦いに。
And you did make a deal not to see each other, so, yeah. Besides, I can't possibly face Sakura when I'm about to head out for her brother. Should the worst happen and I actually do kill Shinji, I'll never be able to face her again. Is that canonically why we don't see Sakura again in Unlimited Blade Works? Because Shinji dies? But it's not really his fault, though, in Unlimited Blade Work. Nor is it in Heaven's Field, especially in Heaven's Field. But is that canonically why we just don't see Sakura again? It's just, oh, well, he feels regret about Shinji dying, therefore he can't see Sakura. I shouldn't leave any loose ends like this. It's best for me, and I'm sure it's best for Sakura. We check every building that we can find. Of course, we started with the big ones, but so far, nothing. I wipe the sweat away from my brow and force my... Oh, excuse me. Leaning limbs to keep moving. I try to calm my labored breathing by just taking a moment to rest.
シロ、何か異常でもあり。
Again, this is why you should have rested a little bit longer.
シロ、こちらへ。
ちょっと待って。そっちは公園だぞ。こっちにはまだ見てない建物が残って。
Park, man, park. Come on.
それは後にしてください。今はこちらが最優先です。
Something must have caught her attention. Saber's tone is stern, and she pulls me towards the park.
セイバー、どうしたんだよ。こんなところまでやってきて。ここには何もない。そんなのセイバーにだってわかるだろう。
いいですから、そこのベンチに座ってください。話はその後で聞きます。
Oh, wait a minute. She wants to come back to this place because this is where the last Holy Grail ended and all those people died. And it's going to bring back memories. Saber, intense about this, so I am reluctantly going to sit back. And then, the fuck just happened? For almost a moment, I felt pain. I hold my head with one hand. My forehead is damp with sweat. My breathing labored even though I'm sitting. Wait a minute. Why would I be sweating like this in the dead of winter? As soon as I say this, I realize what's going on. I'm not exhausted. My wounds haven't completely healed, so they're tingling. Alright, we're close. We're close. This is unreal. No matter how much I try, I can't get my breathing under control. My body feels heavy, my legs refuse to take my weight. Saber is mad. I don't blame her. I was the one to suggest that we go out searching for Shinji. But here am I, sitting on a bench.
すぐ動けるようにするから、しばらく待ってくれ。
私たちはそんなことではありません。どうやらあなたには何を言っても無駄のようですね。
I mean, you are definitely one to talk, Saber, but yes. Huh? I can't see that Saber's mad. I don't understand why.
きちんと言ってくれないと何が言いたいのかわからないんだが。
She's saying you need to take care of yourself or you're gonna collapse.
わからないのなら語る必要はないでしょう。
Aw, tsundere.
いいですから、シロはそこで休んでいてください。一人で休むのが嫌なら、私もお付き合いしますから。
You are gonna just sit with him? Oh. Saber sits right next to me. The bench is not that big. Saber is sitting close enough to me that our shoulders might touch if one of us leans even. Of course. Saber's route, man. Saber's route.
待てってセイバー。休んでる暇なんてないだろう。俺たちは遊びに来たんじゃなくて。
Just rest.
遊びになど来ていません。休憩も戦いのうちです。文句を言うのでしたら、まずその呼吸を整えてからにしてください。
いや、呼吸を整えろって。
Why am I vibing with Saber so much here? I know it's because it's her route, so we get to explore more avenues of her character, but I feel like Saber is just a lot more wholesome to have. Maybe not wholesome. Wholesome's not the right word. Sakura, when she's not crazed, was wholesome. She's just so much more dependable to have. Sure, I'm totally worn out. I can barely breathe, but having her so close to me makes my heart go absolutely crazy.
シロ、
Hmm.
人の話を聞いていますか？今まで体に無理をさせてきたのですから、まずは肩の力を抜いて落ち着いてください。気が。いや、
だから。
She wants me to be calm. I'd rather help if she kept her distance. I don't know how Saber feels, but I can't help but see her as a girl around my own age. Gotta remind us, this is based on a fucking Dojin, man. Aeroga game right here. Aeroga. Well, she may actually be younger than me, but she's still a girl. Again, game, please don't remind me of that part. Plus, she's beyond beautiful. Again, you also keep saying that as well. No guy could stay calm this close to her, and I'm certainly no exception.
シロ、気のせいでしょうか。先ほどより顔色が悪くなってきた気がするのですが。
そんなことない。動揺なんてしてないぞ、こっちは。
それならいいのですが、やはり横になった方がいいのでしょうか。この辺りで休めるところと言ったら。
Saber looks around. Oh, what the? What are the odds of this just being some random dude lying across a nearby bench, using his girlfriend's lap as a pillow? Yeah, game? Yeah? In this route, Saber does the lap pillow? Oh, wow. Oh. Game, are you really going to give us this? Really? Really? Saber's lap? And Saber glances at the pair of lovebirds. She's obviously thinking. She's thinking, all right. She's using her big brain.
シロ、気分が悪いのでしたら横に。
Ah, just as he was about to get some nice action.
大丈夫、おとなしくしてればすぐに落ち着くから。余計な心配はしなくていい。しなくていいから、当分ほっといてくれ。
He's 16, hormonal, and yet at the same time, he's, well, an anime MC, so. A stereotypical one at that, too. So, of course, no, lap pillow. Why? Me? Can't be. Saber, just hold him down. I turn away from Saber and close my eyes. Anything to keep our eyes from locking. Think calm thoughts, Zero. Now I just have to keep taking deep breaths. Try not to think about Saber being right next to me. God, the light. The light. It burns. It took a night for the fire to die down. The shearing, roaring red wall eventually disappeared. Oh, we're going back to the fire again? All that remained was a charred field, strewn with smoldering, blackened lumber. I remember that. While I lay on the ground, the sound of it reminded me of sparklers. The sky was getting cloudy. It should rain soon. That will help put out the fire. I could hardly even breathe as I lay there, starting to daze at the sky. Carried remains hemmed me in on all sides. burns cover almost my entire body, and there is especially painful sensation across my chest. My chest has been gouged out. I probably should touch my own insides. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't collapse because I got tired. It's not that my numb body was trying to do me a favor by letting me rest. I collapsed because I was much too hurt to keep moving. That's why I ended up just accepting it calmly, no panic. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Everyone else was already dead anyway, so I wasn't scared. Staring up at the cloudy sky, I felt myself just sort of fading away. Yet, in the haze of fading consciousness, I decided that as long as I was alive, I would try to call for help. Right till the end. Wait, something's off. I shouldn't be remembering the pain in my chest. I jerk myself upright. I tug my shirt open to check my own self.
傷なんてないし。
Intriguing. Where is this going? There's no scar on my chest. The respiratory distress that burned caused did almost kill me, but it didn't take some massive chest wound. If something like that had happened, even Kiritsugu wouldn't have been able to help me. But more importantly,
夜になってる。俺寝ちまってたのか、セイバー。
はい。よく眠っているようでしたので起こしませんでしたが、その会話あったようですね。先ほどに比べて、シロウの顔色は良くなっていますから。
yeah, I guess so.
人が悪いな。居眠りした俺が悪いにしても、起こしてくれてもよかったじゃないか。休んでいる暇はないって言っただろ。
And yet she let you rest for like hours.
それにシロウが眠っていたのは1時間程度ですから、そう問題はないでしょう。
Only an hour? Oh, true, it's winter. I was about to say, like, wait, how much? No, how much time? Then I was like, winter, right. That shit gets dark at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, oh, never mind. Never mind.
そうなんだ。俺が起きなかったらどうするつもりだったんだよ、一体。
That's very grim.
そうですね。あまり変わりはないでしょう。日が落ちて寒くなってきましたから、そろそろ声をかけようと思っていたところです。
まあ、確かに体の調子はすごくいいけど。
I get up from the bench and start walking through the field. There's no trace of what this field once looked like. No trace of it when it used to be a residential district. Nor any trace of it when it was cast in that hellish red light. But for some reason, I'm irritated that I dreamed that scene just because I slept here.
シロウ、何か問題でもあるのですか？
What isn't wrong with him right now?
ああ、いや、どうせ休むなら別の場所にするべきだったなって。ここはどうも嫌な思い出がありすぎる。
嫌な思い出。シロウはこの場所に縁があったのですか？
Yup.
あ、そっか。話してなかったっけ？俺、昔はこの辺りに住んでたんだ。10年前の話だけどな。大きな火事が起きて、両親も家も焼け落ちた。
I wonder what she's gonna tell him, I wonder.
親父に助けられて、そのまま養子になったんだよ。
では、あなたは？
He was there that day. He was there.
なあ、キリツグの実の子供ってわけじゃない。それに、聖杯戦争と無関係ってわけでもないのかな。ここが前回の戦いの最後の場所だってのは聞いてるよ。そこで生き残った俺がマスターになるんだから、皮肉というか、縁があるっていうか。
I walk through the field. It's been 10 years, but it still seems like the ground hasn't recovered enough for even grass to grow. maybe all the resentment of the people who died here seeped into the land itself. Could be. Could be.
シロ、あなたが犠牲者を出すまいとするのはそれが理由ですか？あなた自身が聖杯戦争の犠牲者だからこそ自分のような犠牲者は出したくないと。
Hmm. Something like into that. Now that she mentions it, I guess I could see people coming to that conclusion. Surprisingly, I've actually never thought of it like that, but you're like a fucking traumatic person, so of course you're not going to want to harp on it.
どうだろう。セイバーの言うことはもっともだけど、俺はもっと単純だと思うよ。
Hmm.
10年前さ、ここで切り継ぎに助けられた時はただ嬉しかった。それ以外になかったから、自分もそうなれたらいいと憧れたんじゃないかな。
He wants to have that moment. Yeah, I was just happy. Words can't even begin to describe what I felt when I called out for help and actually got it. But then at the same time, the happier I was, the more guilty I felt.
自分だけ願いが叶えられたってのは居心地が悪かった。俺は親父に助けられたけど、他の人たちは助けられずにずっとこのままだ。
Everyone wished for salvation, but only my wish was granted. That is a lot on your weight to think about. Only I was saved. And in exchange, everyone else died. That's why I take this responsibility.
起きてしまったことは戻しようがないからな。死んでいった人たちに報いたいなら、せめてこれからのことを防ぐべきだ。10年前のような惨事は起こさせない。またあんなことになったら、それこそ犠牲になった人たちに合わせる顔がないだろう。まあ、俺の理由なんてその程度のものだと思う。
More importantly, we need to get back to looking for Shinji. I feel better now, and we did need to hurry up and check the buildings we haven't gotten to yet. Besides, there should be a fewer people around here at night. If Shinji wants to attack us, that'll be the time. So if our plan is to bait to lure him out, it is time to get started.
とりあえずオフィス街に戻ろう。そういえば、どうした？忘れ物でもあるのか？
What you thinking, Sabe? What you thinking?
いいえ、ただ今朝のことを思い出していました。体の傷を治してからライダーのマスターを探すべきだと言った私に、シローは順番が違うと言いました。シローは昨日も同じ言葉を口にした。以前から感じてはいましたが、その時にあなたには自分を助けようとする気がないのだと。
Yeah, that is a very clear thing when you think about Shiro's overall life goal of saving everyone else at the expense of his own life. It's like she just stares at me and lays it out. Like it's a sin or something.
あなたは自身より他人を優先している。それは立派ですが、それではあなたはいつかきっと後悔する。
And she would know. She would know.
シローはもっと自分を大切にするべきだ。
Iskandar taught her well. Taught her very well. Saber cuts past me.
行きましょう。確かにここにいてはあなたに負担をかける。
Saber head towards the office district. I try to call out for her, but I can't stop her. Are you saying that I want to ask her, but the words just won't come? There's no way that I'm not trying to help myself. That I can't be true. But I somehow can't think of a single thing to say to argue with her. Because in your heart of hearts, you know. That's what's happening. We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8. The station is at its most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town.
主だった建物は回りましたね。他に行くべき場所はありますか？
そうだな。少し離れたところに工場がある。 あそこも人が集まる場所だから調べておかないと。まあ、工場っていうのはシンジの趣味じゃないと思うんだが。
We do need to make conversations now, but it's still hard for me to look at Saber in the eye. Dude, after all that, still pent up. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't happen, which bothers me even more.
セイバーの方はどうだ？ライダーの気配はつかめるか？
いえ、感じません。彼女とは一度戦っていますから、近くにいれば知覚できるのですが。
Well, something's happening. An odd feeling prickles my skin. I can even feel the wave of magical energy that washes over me. There is no way that Saber can't.
言うまでもないと思うのですが。
わかってる。近くにいるのか、セイバー。
いいえ、まだそこまでの距離ではないようです。ですが、確実に見られている。この魔力は私たちに対する挑発でしょう。
If we're being watched, that means they've fallen into our trap. Releasing so much magical energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out.
この気配、ライダーなのか。
Could be Caster. My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between Saber and me earlier disappears.
魔力をたどります。注意してください、マスター。
Nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office district as it slowly empties out of people. Today of all days, maybe there will be nobody working overtime. Most of the lights in the windows of the building seem as the heart of Shinto are dark. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the window. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji anywhere, he will be up ahead, maybe in the park we just left. So it's probably not Shinji. I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemy is nearby, or more like... Whoa, okay. A chill runs up my spine. Even I can feel the aura of bloodlust. Then we are probably already in the enemy's territory.
気をつけろ。何か変だ。
ええ、シローの感覚は正しい。このように人目のある場所で仕掛けてくるとは思いませんが、相手が相手です。用心に越したことはありません。
Prepare for combat. We both nod in silent agreement and make our way towards the park. It's probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being presented to my throat. Shinji and Raya are nowhere around the office district. If they're going to attack, it's probably going to be somewhere in the park where they won't be anyone else. So are we just going to ignore this area? Really?
セイバー。
I turn towards Saber. She rushes towards me like a bolt of lightning. Oh, here we go. And blocks a blow aimed straight at my head. I looked up. A massive building tower overhead, clinging to the side of that building like some kind of spider, man, is Ryder. Wow, all the way up there. What? Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body. Her limbs supple and white. Okay. The masked woman is indeed our enemy, Ryder. She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on my back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building, aiming to take my head in a sneak attack from our blind spot. Saber lands on the ground. In that instant it took for her to rush in to block Ryder's attack, Saber donned her armor.
あいつは
追います。シローはここにいてください。
追うってどうやって
Saber kicks off from the ground. She disappears into the sky with a glint of silvery armor. Ryder clinging to the side of the building like that is absurd enough, but Saber leaping skyward in pursuit of her is just straight out ridiculous. No, they are servants. Normal logic will not apply to them. Like Ryder, Saber moves along the side of the building, striking her with a dazing speed. The two shadows clash and cross each other's path. The sight of the two of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb into the air, is like watching two fighter jets. All the while, Okay. If I wait here, Saber's going to do all that, but I think I need to follow Saber. I think I need to follow Saber to back her up. Shit, I didn't save. Well, GG. Hopefully I didn't fuck up. I should have saved, though. I can't just watch and do nothing. The even footing prevents Saber from gaining ground on Ryder. The two clash in the air, rushing over to the rooftop.
屋上
If Ryder came flying down from the top of the building, chances are Shinji is there. We have two possible ways of winning our fight against Ryder. That is true. Either we defeat her directly or we defeat the Master. But whichever that is, it has to be before she deploys her Noble Phantasm. That's true. I actually might have chosen rightly. While Saber's fighting Ryder, there's only one thing I should do. Go. Interlude. 10 of 1. Fate. Ooh, dynamic. Let's go. The two shadows climb upwards. They continue to distance themselves from the ground, gaining more and more altitude. Neither needs proper footing. They just kick their way up along the wall. As it happens, they clash countless times, all before they even reach the top. Were anyone watching from the ground, they probably think they were seeing a game of pinball. Though I doubt they'd be able to follow the two with the naked eye. It's like a deadly circus act. The collisions are barely discernible, invisible to the normal human beings. Saber had no desire to be a part of that crazy circus act. She may be a servant, but she can't fly through the air. She might be able to run up along the building wall, but that's it. This is no better than a free fall for her. She alternates between kicking off from the building before she loses momentum and slowing, letting gravity take hold of her. It may be no exaggeration to say she's falling into the sky. Now that she's started, she'll continue all the way up to the rooftop. And in that entire journey, if her opponent hits her, she'll be hurled to the ground. But it seems the laws of gravity do not apply to the enemy. To the opponent, Saber has to face. The streak of purple shoots across the side of the building in pursuit of Saber, while Saber focused on reaching the roof. Gravity has no hold of Ryder. She leaps around effortlessly, moving in and from all directions, up, down, left, right, to strike at Saber. Her long hair trails out behind her like a comet's tail, and she looks like a snake wrapping itself around the log. Saber's feet touch the wall. She leans sideways and kicks the wall, aiming for the edge of the building. Saber suddenly shoots out a right angle to her previous trajectory. Not one of her attacks find its mark. Ryder is simply no match for Saber's raw power. Saber shakes Ryder off with a single kick, and then kicks upward again when she reaches the building side. She aims herself upward. If Ryder is like a serpent coiling around the building, then Saber is like a bursting spark. But it looks like Ryder might have predicted her moves. The distance between them remains the same. Ryder continues along the side of the building, and not letting Saber open any distance between them, Saber strikes every time. She strikes every time Saber has to take a step. Saber fends off Ryder with her blade and jumps to put some space between them. Though she's able to defend off Ryder's coiling pursuit, there's only so much she can do in the air. Where before there had been no contest in their combat ability, they are now evenly matched. Neither has an attack that can bring this to a close. No, Ryder is withholding her own deadliest attack. Excuse me. Every time Saber leaps at Ryder, Ryder fends off her attack, but never counterattacks. Ryder is only keeping Saber at bay as she makes her way to the rooftop. There's probably a plan. Saber curses at her cowardly enemy. To a knight like Saber, a fight like this is as good as an insult. Such a thing should involve both opponents giving their all in that clash. By that belief, Ryder's actions are disrespectful. Ryder's voice is cool. She's alright. Saber is clearly not using to fighting in the air. This is probably a first for her, actually. Knights are meant to fight on solid ground. They're not supposed to cling to walls like her. No. Ryder moves upward. Her manner inviting. She sets the whole thing up. Saber understands that, though, at the end of the circus, yes, Ryder's ideal positioning must be waiting up above. Ryder cannot use her trump card so readily, which is why she's luring her prey to a place that there will be no interruptions, so they can settle this with her ultimate attack. As soon as she reaches the roof, she'll be in a difficult position. If Ryder's Noble Phantasm is exactly what Saber thinks it is, she won't have any defense. But there is no turning back now. She just can't ignore Ryder or her master. This isn't about defeating an enemy in the Holy Grail. Saber must defeat Ryder here and now to protect her master, because she has no other choice. The whole situation must be absolutely dumbfounding her. She's probably thought more than once about not wanting to push her master to do anything crazy. The two continue to gain altitude. Their rapid clashes ring across the building as the battle approaches its final destination. Interlude out. Okay. "40th flights? Fuck no. I rush up the stairs while I complain. I manage to enter the building from the back, but the elevator doesn't go all the way to the roof. I have to run the remaining 10 flights of stairs. I climb the stairs as fast as I can. I'm not sure how long it's been since Saber and I split up. Probably less than 10 minutes, but that's too long. You never know how or when a battle will end. Even Saber's not perfect. She could not make a mistake and get into trouble. I'm sorry, she could. So before that happens, if I can make Shinji use up his command spells, Ryder might stop fighting. The harder I run, the more my still healing body aches. Sprinting around the building, then came up the stairs, has left me out of breath. But I don't slow down. No, I stopped. Something about this has me worried. I am not sure why, but my chest hurts. It's not a it's not a physical pain. Something is warning me of danger. Saber can't win. There's something on this rooftop that shouldn't be faced. I try to shake this feeling off and focus on climbing the stairs. The wind is strong. The moment I open the door, the city night escapes, fills the field of vision. Scorch marks pocket the concrete, and at the center, at the heart of that burning, scared rooftop, Saber is on her knees.
シロ、どうしてここに？
Saber's shoulders heave with her labored breathing. The moment I rush to her, I know something strange floating up above me. Or rather, the sheer overwhelming amount of magical energy forces me to take notice. I look up towards the sky. Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings. Something paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon hovers over me. Damn. Yo, calling out Ryder. What the fuck? Alright, that was not in the other routes. What the hell? She has a I mean, I know why it would be a Pegasus, but like, she has a Pegasus? A like stark white one too. What the fuck? Why didn't you use this in the other routes? A legendary mystic. I've only heard about it in myth. The moment she reaches the rooftop, Saber confronts her opponent's true form. True form? Saber leans on her sword, exhausted, and looks up. The white light rushes towards her. Saber unleashes the wind that surrounds her sword, using it to create an invisible barrier. She goes flying backwards. Her attempt to block an onrush Pegasus fails, even to slow it down. Wow, the cyclone doesn't work? The force of the impact shocks Saber back, slamming her brutally into the ground. There's no time to lying down. Pegasus turns midair and resumes to glide without so much as pausing. She can't possibly bear herself. Her only option is to try and evade. Even if she manages that, the after effects of its passage will clip her away her defenses. If this keeps up, it will hit her eventually. This fucker is fast. The white light streaks down towards her. It's like a comet. Pegasus sails far overhead, knocks Saber backwards before sweeping back into the skies. Saber can't possibly reach it. There are no walls she can't kick off of, not even here. Even if she could, there's no way she could actually reach Pegasus. Bro is a star, man. Despite her disadvantages, Saber waits for an opportunity to fight back. Pegasus, it may be it's the living creature. She should still be able to kill it if she can get a chance. Yo, fight back, Saber. Fight back. Her only opportunity for victory is if Ryder makes a mistake at the reins or we kill Shinji.
驚きました。見かけによらず頑丈ですね。あなたは。
Ryder's voice comes from high above. Saber grips her sword tightly and she looks up.
ですが、それに意味はありますか？あなたには勝ち目などない。散るしかないのなら、潔く消えなさい。
Ryder's voice is calm. Even so, I hear the slightest bit of joy in it.
幻想種だとは睨んでいましたが、まさかそんなものを持ち出してくるとは思いませんでした。ライダー。
She is a Ryder for a reason. A phantasmal species. So another terminology. As the name suggests, it refers to creatures which exist within an illusion. Humanoids like fairies and giants. Demonic creatures like an Oni and or a dragon. If they are considered mystics, that alone makes them superior than mages. It is the law of nature for mystics to be destroyed by other strong mystics. In the same way, magecraft is power with knowledge. Phantasmal species accumulate power from their longevity. Even if a human masters magecraft, the most that they can accumulate is 500 years worth of it. Take a species that lived since ancient times. There's no contest between that and a mystic that only 500 years old. But it's been a long, long time since humans and phantasmals existed in the same world. The longer the phantasmal has lived, the further it's distanced itself from the world. The only phantasmal spirits in modern world are a scant few hundred years old. So Saber expected the phantasmal rider as her mount to be a few hundred years old.
信頼のものを持ち出すとは随分と業が深いようですね、ライダー。
ええ、私はあなたたちとは違う。むしろあなたたちの敵だったものに過ぎない。故に私が操るのはあなたたちが駆逐してきた。
なるほど。歪んでいるとは思いましたが、英霊ではなく悪鬼の類でしたか、あなたは。
せいぜい呪いなさい。あなたでは私の子に触れることさえできないのだから。
The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. It's a giant arrow aimed at Saber's heart, ready to fire at a moment's notice. She glares at the creature and thinks, Pegasus itself is not powerful phantasmal species. A typical Pegasus is a phantasmal that can only match a demonic beast in power. Were that the case, it would be easy to defeat Saber's invisible air alone. But it isn't the case. That Pegasus has existed since the age of gods and has long since reached the level of phantasmal. The horse is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of all phantasmals. Of course they are. At the very least, its defenses are already at the level of a dragon race. I almost want to say dragon class. My One Punch Man fans. Since Pegasuses possess divine protection that exceeds even Saber's, whose magic resist is unparalleled. The way it glides through the air, trailing massive amount of magical energy, it's like the castle wall bearing down on Saber. It can't be possible to avoid a repel something like this. But something else is odd. Ryther simply summoned Pegasus, and it has no true name of its own. To Ryther, Pegasus is little more than, say, a favorite dagger. That means she has yet to use her noble phantasm. Even in her dire predicament, the possibility of defeat never enters Saber's mind. Instead, she thinks her chances will come when Ryther really starts to get serious. Whatever Ryther's noble phantasm may be, it has no trouble destroying a building like this. She just needs to focus on defending herself, on staying alive. Then she'll have to do is cut Ryther down as soon as the opportunity presents itself. If only her master hadn't shown up. I look up towards the sky. Flopping wings. I hear flapping wings. Something a paler... Wait, what? Wait a minute. Didn't we go through this? Wait, hold on. What the hell just happened? Wait, what the hell just happened? Did we, like, time skip out? What the hell? Did we just... Whoa, hold on. I may be tired and delirious, but wait a minute. She glares at the creature... She just needs to focus on defeating and staying alive. Then she'll have to do is ride her down. Is the opportunity present? Yes, if only her master hadn't shown up. What? Look up to the sky. Flapping wings, something paler than the moon. We said this. What just happened? Whoa. Hold on. I know it's here. Hold on. I'm going back. I need to find it. Yeah, here we... What just happened? Wait a minute. Do we just go back in time? Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings. Something paler than the moonlight. The fucking dialogue just started up again. What the fuck? What the hell just happened? I can tell how strong Ryther is while riding on Pegasus. All I can tell is the white fiend has more magical energy in it a few hundred more mages could muster. No wonder the roof is charred mess. The monster can destroy damn near anything around it by running across it. If that thing charges up from the sky, even Saber won't be able to avoid it. It's a shooting star, man. It's a race against time. I need to defeat Shinji. If I defeat the master, Ryther will disappear. Yeah. Just get out of here, man. I hear the laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. It's not really your power. It's your servant's power, but whatever. Only his voice echoes. I fight down my impatience and try to focus on the sound of his laughter. Damn, the wind's so strong. I can't tell where the laughter is coming from. Yo, Shinji in this one's actually putting up like a long con fight. Don't rush. Let him talk. Let him talk all he wants. The more he talks, the better chance I have at finding him. Oh, thanks. This is bad. Pegasus is still high up in the sky. Tips its head down towards Saber. The vortex of magical energy swirls faster, as if it knows no limits. If that thing comes at us at full speed, it will blow the entire roof apart. Triggering. You triggered Emiya. It's time to fight. The white comet streaks towards us, and in that moment, a storm rages around me. For the first time, she forgets her enemy in battle. She is furious with her master for walking into a death trap again, but she is also angry with herself for failing to anticipate him doing so. All those thoughts are cast aside now. What else can she do? Even now, even in the midst of danger, she can only concern herself for the well-being in his eyes. He's always been like this, actually. He may have understood that she was an exceptional knight, but that's never how he saw her. True. I guess so. Ryder's giggling voice reaches over here now. Ryder touches Pegasus' neck with her both hands. At the beast wings beat harder. So she summoned Pegasus in a school, so that's what happened. Something begins to form in Ryder's hands. It seems insignificant, really, glittering a golden rope. What, she has the lasso of truth? I don't like the way you said that. Pegasus lowers its head. This feral nature is not inborn within the creature itself, but coaxed from Ryder's touch. Ryder's noble phantasm will utterly destroy the roof. If she's hurried, she might be able to carry Shiro away and escape, but Ryder won't stop at just destroying the rooftop. Her master is not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. Meaning, to protect her master, she will have to destroy her enemy, Pegasus and all. She doesn't have time to think about whether this is the right thing to do. Saber glances one final time at her master, still some distance from her. He's doing his best to fill his role simply by gritting his teeth and keeping back. The last of her hesitation fades. What is ahead no longer matters. All that matters in this moment, and in it, she must be her master's blade. Defeat the enemy now. I hear the jarring, grating shout. And in that moment, Pegasus ascends higher. Can we get much higher? And vanishes from sight. Pegasus flies up into the air and it's already lost its form. It rises up as if to shoot through the moon and then continue its arc by flapping its wings, powering itself down towards the ground. Good lord. An actual comet over here. The blazing white comet streaks down. Yep. It becomes an arrow of sheer white light. And Ryder continues urging it on. There's only one target. Why didn't she use this in the other parts, man? It's intended to annihilate its enemy entirely and to isolate the garden in the sky along with it. Belidere. She speaks its name. If a noble phantasm is the miracle that is released by speaking its true name... Lord. Belidere phone. It is divine lightning. Oh my god, that's fucking badass. A thunderous flash. There is no emotions in her eyes as she looks on. Is it finally time? Is it time? The wind unfurls from her blade and becomes a storm. The seal broken, layers of wind unfold from her blade. Her sword is finally visible. A storm rages before my eyes. The white light descends upon the rooftop. Saber, though she is sole focused of that light, doesn't move. The raging wind, she sources. No, not Saber herself, the sword. Yo, come on. Hold on. Ooh. I can't believe it. What I'm seeing. The blade should be invisible, but there it is. Like unwrapping bandages, the wind slowly coils away from her blade. Let me hydrate. A golden sword! Yes, sir. Come on. The wind rages. Multiple layers of seals peel away. The bands of wind dissolve in the air. The wind dissolves in the air. She readies her now visible sword. Turns back towards Pegasus as it dives towards her. Come on. Oh my god. This fucking... What the fuck? Wait, Fate route right now is looking clean. Why do people sleep on this route? I mean, it doesn't have a good adaptation. But like, damn. Wait, why are we sleeping on the Fate route? Hold on. I gotta take a screenshot. I'm sorry, but not that sorry. Hold on. I need to take a screenshot. There we go. There we go. Now I can just... Yes, I'm saving this. This is a really good shot. This is a real good shot. There we go. There we go. All right, we're back. I'm pretty sure that's good. All right, back to the game. Back to the game. Come on. Ryther approaches as a brilliant flare of light. Bellerophon is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop and is now only picking up speed to destroy us, building and all. What is the plan for Shinji, man? The bridle of chivalrous light upon the roof. Time stops. In the face of inescapable destruction, my mind goes blank. But the light is not coming from the bridle of chivalry. Yo, come on, say it, say it! The light churns and builds upon itself. The light of Ryther's mount is brilliant, but it cannot hold a candle to the purity I see before me. Saber is holding the ultimate sacred sword that has collected the light of the stars themselves. We are gassing this, and I love it. Excalibur! Yo!
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Finally. Jesus, God. They... Woo! Okay, Vegeta. I mean, yeah, it's Excalibur, but like... I mean, I know it's Excalibur, but wait a minute. Damn! Making this thing looking like a Final Flash. Relax, Saber. Relax. Damn. Oh, but it's only for one person. Yeah, but look at the goddamn after effects. Oh, but it's worthless against trying to cut a boulder. Lies. Anti-personal my ass. Anti-personal my ass. It's a blade of light, shearing through everything it touches. The beam of light destroys Ryther utterly as it cleaves through the clouds and disappears into the night sky. Most likely, if the sword has been used on the ground, it would have carved a trail of devastation. And that's why, like, I guess Morgan is just so fucking crazy because she could do this with Excalibur, but only when she's like Alter, man. Her sword is not unseeable. It simply does not reveal itself. It is the golden sword that captivates all who behold it, with the true name of surpassing fame. Excalibur, the sword of promised victory. That's a really good dope name. That's a good title. But there it is, Excalibur. And now, if you didn't know, anyone watching me, we got King Arthur. It is a sword that is said to have existed in England, a sword wielded by the king who became the very symbol of knighthood. Yeah, and there's some, various stories here and there about the legacy of Arthur, the Arthurian story of Camelot. The strongest of the servants, noble phantasm, sealed by several bounded fields. This is Saber's proof of her place as a hero. Oh, my goodness gracious, that was clean. That was clean. We finally got Excalibur. And that's a crazy way to reveal it for this route. And you know what? I love it. I love it. Why do people sleep on this? It's so good. It's so good. I'm not gonna lie. I get like, oh, but the time travel and all. Unlimited Blade Works can kiss my ass. I think Unlimited Blade Works might be the worst fucking part, man. It might be the worst part. Silence falls over the rooftop. The wind has died down, and not much as a breeze whispers across the rooftop. I stand dazed in place. I can't approach Saber. I'm still too confused to act, or maybe I'm just captivated by her sword. My mind is racing, and I can't seem to think of much that makes sense. Why does she have that sword? That golden sword belongs to a famous knightly king. Everyone knows who. As I tried to figure out how she came to have something like that, I realize my mind is doing everything it can to deny the simple, possible answers. I don't need to be making all these assumptions. That sword's always been hers, and that's why her true name is so easy to figure out. The owner of the sacred sword that can only have one name. Saber remains motionless where she stands. I should have approached her, but my body won't listen. I've been told so many times that Saber is truly a heroic spirit. But now that I've seen for myself that she's indeed a great hero of the past, I hesitate to even get close to her. Bitch. I hear the shriek. Something is burning in the shadows. I turn to look, and I see a burning book slowly dissolving the pile of ash. It's over, dog. It's over. You had the high ground, and it literally meant nothing. Unlike fucking Anakin, we saved the day by beating the high ground. I see Shinji cringing as he watches the book burn. I'm cringing at him thinking that this was going to work. I mean, close, but damn. Shinji. Time for a knuckle sandwich, bitch. He must have realized how much trouble he's in now. That Ryder has been defeated. Shinji turns, sprinted towards the exit of the rooftop. Oh my god, man. Oi! He leaps through the door to the stairway. I can't let him get away again. The moment I turn to pursue Shinji. Just out of the corner of my eyes, I see Saber collapse. Yep. My mind stops. Shinji is fleeing and Saber has fallen to the ground. Should I gotta make a choice? That's fucked. That's so fucked. Alright, well, I'm, unlike last time, going to save. I am absolutely going to save. Also, I want to see my flowchart. Did I make the right decision? I'm sure I did before, because we got to see it. We got to see Excalibur. I imagine she would have died here. No. Interesting. Alright. I'm gonna go help Saber, obviously. Obviously. Fuck Shinji. We'll get him later. I can't leave Saber alone. After she pulled out that victory, I'm helping her up. Ryder's gone, and the book that acted as Shinji's command spells have burned to ash. True. Shinji doesn't have a servant anymore. He's lost his command spells. The contest is as good as over. Saber is my priority now. I rush to her. She's not holding the golden sword anymore. It disappeared, and now there's just Saber lying on the ground. Saber really is in bad shape. Beads of sweat trickle down her brow. Her breath is shallow, labored. She looks like she's gotten a fever.
おいセイバー
Yo, time to take her home now. I call out to Saber nervously, but she does not respond. She's out cold. I touch her forehead. Burning hot. I jerk my hand away. It's unnaturally hot. She's got to be running a fever over 40 degrees Celsius. Oh, man.
セイバーおいしっかりしろ
Man, you gotta take care of her now, man. You gotta go back. I call out to her, but only in response is shallow, anguished breathing. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what to do, but I just can't stand around.
文句があるなら後にしてくれ
Heal. Take care of your girl, man. Take care of your girl. She pulled off a massive W. I lift Saber up. She's so light. Again, going back to just okay. It's just funny, man. It's just funny when they always bring that up. I knew that, of course, but she seems even lighter. No, more than that, she's...
ちゃんと生きてる
I guess. Saber is still the person I know all this time. I'm pissed with myself for even hesitating. Damn, what is the matter? She is a hero. No matter who Saber really is, she's here and she's still warm. How much of an idiot as I was for putting up this wall between us
すぐに
before.
帰るからなそれまでおとなしくしてろよセイバー
Go, man. I start running, Saber in my arms. There's no sense of triumph from this victory. All I feel is Saber in my arms, barely breathing. I think it's still a victory. It's just, you gotta take care of her. Which is the right decision. Going after Shinji would just be dumb.
終わったわよ。和室に寝かせてきたけど、あの分じゃしばらく目を覚まさないでしょうね。
そうか
Hmm.
遠坂がいてくれて助かった俺じゃそのセイバーの手当てなんてできないからな
No, you wouldn't have.
まあ、鎧を脱がせて楽にさせただけだから、お礼を言われるほどじゃないわ。セイバーの体も良くならないし、私は何もしてないもの。
Okay. Alright. So we gotta think. But still, I am glad Tosca was here. The moment I arrived home carrying Saber, Tosca understood what was going to happen. It's been an hour. She tried telling Saber what she is going to do, then took off her armor.
それで、何があったの？シンジを探しに行って、帰ってきたと思ったらセイバーがあれでしょ？一波乱あったのはわかるけど、説明してくれないかしら。
Well, we took care of Shinji. Let's just say that. He shouldn't be a problem, although, we'll see. I don't know how to explain it. Saber's noble phantasm. I shouldn't disclose her true name, but I can't decide on how to reveal that.
ライダーを倒したシンジはレイジを失ってリタイアしたよただその時にセイバーが宝具を使ってその後に倒れたんだ
セイバーの宝具ね。まあ、追求するのは勘弁してあげるわ。今のあなたたちはそれどころじゃないものね。
それどころじゃないってどういうことだ
言葉通りの意味よ。あなただってうすうすは気づいているんでしょ。このままじゃセイバーが消えるってことぐらい。
Okay, so how do we stop that then? I know there's ways of giving energy and stuff, so what we gotta do? She says so calmly. Tosca just casually brings up the one thing I've been trying so hard to avoid.
セイバーが消えるっていうのかお前は
当然でしょ。セイバーの魔力はほとんど空っぽなのよ。セイバーの宝具がどんなものだったかは知らないけど、よっぽど魔力を使うものだったんでしょうね。セイバーは自分の中の魔力をほぼ消費してしまった。今彼女が苦しんでいるのはね、消えようとしている自分を必死に留めているからよ。
魔力がないから消えるセイバーは傷を負ってもいないのに消えるっていうのか
Mm-hmm.
ええ。サーバントにとっては外的ダメージより魔力切れの方が深刻な問題よ。霊体であるサーバントに肉体を与えているのは魔力だもの。 もっともそんなことにならないようにマスターはサーバントに魔力を送るんだけど、あなたはそれができないでしょ。
Yep, so how do we do this?
だからセイバーは自分の魔力だけで戦うしかない。切れたらそれまでよ。こんなこと一番初めに説明したでしょ。
That is definitely what Saber said.
今までは大丈夫だったじゃないか。セイバーだって眠っていれば持ち直すって。
Yeah, but she didn't use her noble phantasm.
それはセイバーの魔力量が桁外れだったからよ。そうね。確かにセイバーの魔力はまだ残ってる。彼女ならまだ消えずに肉体を保つぐらいの魔力は回復できるとは思う。けど結局はそこ止まりよ。セイバーはずっと今の状態で戦うことになる。宝具を使うなんてもってのほか。次に宝具を使えばセイバーは間違いなく消え去るでしょうね。
次に宝具を使えば消える。
She'll disappear if she uses her noble phantasm. Well, I wouldn't want Saber to be fighting like that all the time. I don't ever want to see Saber on her knees. Some would disagree, but in that kind of pain again, obviously, yes. Yeah.
結局、セイバーを以前の状態に戻す方法は2つだけよ。マスターがサーバントに魔力を提供するか、サーバントが自分で魔力を補充するか。
Is the servant collecting it themselves? That would mean killing innocent people like Ryder.
セイバーはそんなことはしない。セイバー自身がそんなことはしない。
でしょうね。一般人を犠牲にするぐらいなら、セイバーは潔く消えるでしょう。なら方法は一つだけよ。セイバーを消したくないのなら、あなたが魔力を提供するしかないわ。
それはできるならとっくにそうしてるさ。
Maybe there might be a way. Let's see.
俺は魔力を提供する方法なんて知らない。あいにく遠坂みたいに何でもできるってわけじゃないんだ。
まあね。共有の魔術を教えてあげても間に合わない。シロは魔術師に向いてないから覚えるのに1年ぐらいかかるだろうし、覚えたところで使えないわ。まあ召喚時にセイバーとパスは通っているはずだから、まだ他に方法があるかもしれないけど。いい？セイバーを助けたいのなら、彼女自身に人を襲わせて魂を食べさせるしかない。
Woo!
それは
Soul Eater status over here. That's the most realistic method, but it's just.
もちろんセイバーは嫌がるでしょう。けど放っておけば遅かれ早かれセイバーは消えて、あなたは他のマスターから狙われることになる。
Saber's going to disappear. I can't even consider this. I still remember the warmth of her body when I was carrying her.
なら答えは一つよ。レイジを使いなさい、エミ役。それで最悪の事態は避けられる。
Ooh, we're gonna be down to one. What's she trying to say? I need to order Saber to kill innocent people? Why can't we just use the, like, command spell to give that energy to her? I can't say anything. I resent what Tosaka is saying. But there's a part of me that knows that it has to admit there is no other option.
決断はあなたに任せるわ。セイバーは眠らせておけば落ち着くだろうけど、それでも限界は近いでしょうね。
Tosaka leaves the living room. I can't even lift my head. All I can do is listen to the sound of her footsteps receding down the hall. Perfect stopping point. Perfect stopping point. Love it. All right. We're going to call it a day for there. I think that was fucking perfect, man. That was the right time to stop. Holy shit. We finally got to see Excalibur. Fate 11. Dragon slaying. What the fuck? Alright, we'll come back to that another time. Oh, of course. Of course. Now we start getting into the lore for Saber. Now that we start getting the lore for Saber and everything, we gotta fucking stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That was good, though. That was excellent. All right. Well, we set out to accomplish finishing this day, and now we will get into some more lore for Artoria next time. Next time with more Fate Stay Night Remastered. Okay. That's going to be fun. Thank you for coming out today. Man. So, I said this multiple times during the stream. I don't know why, but there's a general conception that I feel like it's either Unlimited Blade Works or Heaven's Field that most people consider to be the best. And I'm just sitting here like, so far, some things here and there are kind of similar to Unlimited Blade Work, but overall, from what I can tell, I feel like Fate Route is definitely better than Unlimited Blade Work. And it's getting close to Heaven's Field. The only thing that's pushing Heaven's Field further is because of just how out there for a goddamn part it was. Just insanity for a different route. But I think for me right now, for sure, I can definitely say Unlimited is the least favorite of the 3 arcs. Yeah. And I'm excited to see how this ends. Because then, afterwards, we will, like I've been saying before, we will go and do, was it Fate Hollow? The fuck is it? Alright, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, Fate Hollow Exteria. Right, that thing. That thing. Whatever the hell this is. I have no idea what this is. But I'm going to take a pot shot that this is like the 4th route, if you would. So, even maybe more chaotically different than even like Heaven's Field. Than even Heaven's Field over here. Oh, that's Maki. Where are you? Aha. Why are you so small? That's what she said. Yeah, so it's going to be probably even more chaotic, which is crazy to think about because it's fucking Heaven's Field, and that shit just was all over the place. But yeah, I imagine it's going to be just a completely weirder route. But maybe at the same time, a lot more meaningful, if that makes sense. But so far, this route is just solid. It is just a solid route. Damn, I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. And just the goddamn magnum opus of finally getting to see Excalibur in this route. But having... Oh, no. I already had that. Let me see if I can get this open. No? Does it not show? Damn. No, it doesn't show. That's... Oh, okay. Why even have that as an option then? But yeah, just crazy. Just crazy good time. Okay. That's going to be it for this stream today. I hope you all had a nice time. I certainly did by the end. Like, that was... Damn. And I'll give Shinji this. I'll give Shinji and Ryder this. They put up a much better fight than the other one, which I think is another thing I like about this route. We're actually giving Shinji somewhat more credibility as a adversary to overcome. And you know what? That's cool. Why did she not use this in Heaven's Field? I mean, unless I'm forgetting. What was it? Ryder Belphonia. Yeah, man, the fucking Pegasus. Like burning white comet Pegasus. Why would you not use this? I don't know, man. I don't know. Did she use it in Heaven's Field? Maybe she did. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'm just the Nimrod. Maybe I'm a Nimrod who didn't remember Heaven's Field at the end. Maybe she did use it. I don't know, man. It didn't feel as awesome as they portrayed it though here. Outside of like the flashy animation, how they portrayed it, it's like, damn, why weren't you using this more in the fight? Yeah. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's going to be in for the stream today. Thank you for coming by. We're going to do Yakuza tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. It should be around the same time. Then after that, we're going to be getting to JoJo's on Thursday. We're going to pile through. We're going to get at least 10 chapters done. And then One Piece this week. Stay tuned for whenever that comes out and whenever we're going to be able to get to it. Then Saturday, we are finishing Season 1 of Dandadan. So 3 episodes. And then Sunday, Ichi the Witch and more JJK. I'm hoping to get those editing reactions up so that way we have a playlist going for JJK and adding back into the Ichi the Witch streams. Yeah. Okay, guys. You know the drill. Please, like the stream. Comment. Even if it's not a good comment, but comment nonetheless. Bell notification. Subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of good stuff coming in the future. More variety for games. More series to react to. Read-throughs for sure are going to be updated and new things coming. And then more stuff in the future that are going to be different. It's going to be a little bit more offbeat than we already have. And I'm looking forward to that. So, if you care to see that, please join our merry brew. Join our adventure, no matter how bizarre it is. All right. Time to head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Yakuza 0. And again, great time for this Fate stuff. I'm really liking this route. I want to do another couple more hours, but I know I can't. Not today. But yeah. Take care, guys.